Hair Razor Radio and the Demented Rabbit podcast are brought to you by Cartridge.com. Get 65% off replacement printer cartridges for most brand name printers today. That's www.cartridge.com. And welcome back to the Demented Rabbit podcast here on YouTube. The Scott Haire YouTube channel. Of course, I'm Scott Haire, and I'm twisting my words as I usually do. What's new, right? But hey. Anyways, something I want to get into today is this whole thing that has come up within WWE, because I am a wrestling fan of that, or I should say, that deals with John Bradshaw Leyfield and the allegations of bullying WWE talent. Now, there's a lot of stuff going on. Actually, the national media is starting to gain more attention on this as the story just keeps developing and developing. It all basically started with allegations against John Bradshaw Leyfield, a WWE talent who is on SmackDown as a host. He was also a former wrestler and WWE champion, basically bullying one of the other announcers that he was working with, one Mauro Ranallo. And Mauro Ranallo apparently suffers from, I believe it was bipolar disorder and depression. And it has been said by multiple people right now with these accusations that he was bullying them, and the reason that he left the company was because the bullying just got too far for him to take, and he had to leave his job. Now I can't confirm any of this, but what I'm going to basically say is basically my opinion, but I'm going to hopefully bring in some things that other articles are also saying. One, I am totally against bullying. I'm 100% against it. It is a pet peeve of mine. I was bullied severely as a kid, and it's taken me a very long time to get over the psychological effects that I suffered because of bullying. I was basically bullied my whole time through my education years, my school years. And it really does take a huge effect on you. This is a major company. This is World Wrestling Entertainment. It's a major company here in Stamford, Connecticut. It is traded on the stock exchange. It makes, I don't know how much per year. I think it's billions of dollars per year. Of course, they are the creators of WrestleMania that just recently happened. And there is a problem if this is going on within this company. And if whether this is true or not, this has to be investigated. John Bradshaw Leyfield has been accused by multiple wrestlers, multiple talent that has been within the company, and also now is not in the company. They're in other promotions out there, of basically bullying them or either bullying them or asking them to do some things. There is a article out there from a former performer with WWE who used to go by the name of Johnny Nitro. He now goes by the name John Morrison. He works for a promotion called Lucha Underground, where he said that him and his partner at the time, Joey Mercury, was basically asked by John Bradshaw Leyfield, who goes by the company as JBL, to steal a passport from Justin Roberts, who was another announcer within the company. And John Morrison is basically saying that this did happen. He is confirming this happened. Also, there have been articles out there where Bradshaw himself has said that he has confirmed, or has he admitted that yes, he did. He bullied talent and he hazed talent. And he basically didn't have a problem with it. I have an issue with this. I don't want to see a man lose his job. Don't give me that. But I have major issues with this if the allegations are true. WWE should do an investigation on this. WWE should investigate John Bradshaw Leyfield to see if these allegations are true, if it's been a single occurrence or if it's been multiple occurrences over the years, as he's been with WWE now for, I think, about 20 years. And if it is true that either a single occurrence has happened with Mauro Ranallo, or if these other occurrences have happened, including the stealing of the passport, If it's a single occurrence, he should be fined. He should be taken off WWE TV for a certain period of time, and his pay should be donated to a bullying charity out there. In fact, WWE themselves has their own Be a Star campaign. It's a Be a Star anti-bullying campaign that they promote all the time. And if this is going on within WWE and it has now gotten out and they do nothing about it, WWE could be looked at as one of the most hypocritical companies out there when you're doing all of this stuff. You have Triple H and Stephanie McMahon who are basically running the company, who are parents themselves, and they do nothing about John Bradshaw Leyfield's actions against the younger WWE talent, either announcers or wrestlers, or even referees for that matter. This is a big issue, okay? This isn't an issue that ends with children. Children will pick up what is going on. He even basically sat there to a WWE talent last night. I don't remember his name. Man, I can't remember his name for some reason. He was on last night on WWE SmackDown, which aired last night, and basically said because the wrestler was wearing a mask that he looked better with the mask on. All this stuff going on, and he's still doing this. Now, I don't want to see a man get fired. I am not for a person losing their way of life. That's not what I'm talking about here. But if these accusations are true, if these accusations are confirmed, and there are multiple instances where this has happened, and you are running these different campaigns, and you're getting, and you know you're in agreements with Make-A-Wish Foundation and this Be a Star anti-bullying campaign that you put on, and you let this stuff go on, WWE has a major problem. And a lot of the fans of the WWE are going to have a very tough time trying to figure out what they're going to do next. A lot of them will probably keep watching WWE programming. Of course, there's the WWE Network. I have the WWE Network. But at the same time, WWE fans are going to have to really judge if nothing happens and these accusations prove to be true. Do you keep supporting the company? Do you keep supporting the shows? And this is something that I think every wrestling fan has to ask them. Anybody who's been bullied knows it really damages you. The physical damage goes away. It's the psychological damage that is the problem. And if this is going on within WWE, and there's certain little things being shown on WWE that Bradshaw is saying himself, and he does. He acts like a heel, which is considered a quote unquote bad guy within the business. It's the term they use. If he is doing these things on camera, and it proves that he is a bully, and they let it go, there's a major problem. They didn't let the Chris Benoit thing go. They basically erased him from every record in WWE. They can't let this go. This is a bigger situation. We have a huge problem right now in this country, around the world for that matter, a societal problem with bullying and what it causes. And what I mean by what it causes is, of course, there have been many incidents out there, and a lot of times when you hear things, it is caused by bullying. And that's outside of everything that could be false flags. There are little things that happen within schools. When I was in school, there was a kid being bullied in there constantly. High school, the kid, I guess, was just being unbelievably tormented. One day I'm sitting in my class. He comes walking in. He's got one hand behind him. I don't know what's going on. He walks up to the guy who's bullying him, and he hits the person who was bullying him in the head with one of the padlocks that goes on the lockers that was around his hand, basically as a brass knuckle. That's what these things end up escalating to, and we don't want that to happen. If John Bradshaw Leyfield has done this, it's been done multiple times, he has to be fired, or else I think WWE fans have to seriously consider to stop watching their content, and maybe even leave it, and maybe even canceling your subscription to the WWE Network to send a message to WWE that the fans aren't going to take this type of activity going on when they are sitting there trying to prevent it themselves by founding an anti-bullying campaign. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Subscribe to my channel, please. Like this, give us a like. Let me know what you think. You can also find me on Twitter at HaireRaiser, Facebook, www.facebook.com at HaireRaiserRadio. You can also find the website over there, www.HaireRaiserRadio.com, and also on the Demented Rabbit podcast, because I'm having some problems with my video editing software, as I said in one of the other vlogs, or on the other Demented Rabbit podcasts. I can only put up 10-minute segments at a time. So I'm really kind of hoping I get this fixed pretty soon, because I don't want to keep having put out multiple parts if it's like a 15-minute video or a 15-minute podcast. So let me know what you think. It's a serious issue, and there's got to be a way for us to figure out how to do something if WWE doesn't act. And until then, folks, I will see you again next time on the Demented Rabbit podcast. Hope you guys have a great day.